this on the surface.
That was basically Charles Leclerc's entire Brazilian Grand Prix in the span for about 8 seconds, but I actually found some exclusive footage that has never been released of what Charles Leclerc did after his hydraulic problem at Brazil. Would you like to see it? Well, go show it anyway.
Just received a 911 call reporting that there is an out-of-control bulldozer.
It's the brainchild of an angry man with a grudge against a lot of local people and businesses.
They can't tell who's driving it, but there is someone inside.
The man with the grudge is obviously Charles Leclerc, but we're going to Las Vegas this weekend. I'm recording this on the Tuesday night before the race, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just putting this together beforehand, just so I actually have some sort of basis, because I'm probably going to forget. But anyway, moving on. It's meant to be forecast to be 4 degrees at Las Vegas, which Arava actually perfectly encapsulated in his video about a month ago.
So they're underway here at Las Vegas. It's a beautiful, exquisite start from Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton, he'll be a bit disheartened by that, but
Then, and this is where the rant section starts this video. So heading into the weekend, they had an opening ceremony with the drivers. They got them to go up into on this stand thing and everything, doing promotional work. Verstappen said it was 99% show, 1% sport. He is completely correct with that. But the thing is that's really funny, they couldn't even fill half the grandstands, well even a quarter of the grandstands, they couldn't fill them because no one wants to buy the tickets. They are $500 for a grandstand ticket on practice day, and earlier today actually, Carlos Sainz hit a drain cover and this caused FP1 to be completely cancelled. So, they delayed FP2, and this is where I'm going to get really pissed off. They spent $500 per person, so these are the fans, spent $500 each on a grandstand ticket, and what did F1 do? Have a guess. They said they couldn't attend the fucking practice session when they had spent this money on a grandstand ticket in the middle of a financial recession. That's basically like going out somewhere, asking for something, paying for it with your own money, like going out to dinner, you order food, you pay the money, and then you ask, where is it? Oh, sorry, you're not getting it. It's basically the same thing. And heading into this weekend, they said to hotels and everything like that, local businesses, for every single person that you have there, and I think this is whether you're working, but for hotels, it's definitely, if you have 100 people staying there, for example, you would have to pay $150,000. Because it's $150,000. No, sorry, it's It's $1,500 per person staying at a hotel. It's just a scam. The whole weekend is a massive fucking scam. And I do understand that Las Vegas is meant to be this massive spectacle, and it's meant to be this great final couple of races of the season, and it's meant to be the nightlife capital of the world. And I can understand making the drivers do promotional stuff, but when you consider that you're pissing off the drivers and you're not even letting the fans attend when they paid with their own money, you are no longer having a sport, you are running a business. There's absolutely no passion behind this anymore. It's just revenue, and yeah, let's see how much money we can get. It did yield to a couple of great moments, such as this image. Carlos, blink twice if you are in danger, please. After the facade with all the tickets and everything, Max Verstappen said that he would tear down the place if he was a fan, so I could play the bulldozer thing again, but I'm not going to because I don't really want to again, and I've got a load of other footage to use for this video. But heading into the weekend, it looked like it's either going to be one of the best races of the season or one of the worst, no in between. Also, during practice, Carlos Sainz hit a manhole cover or a pothole or something, and what that meant is it ripped a hole in the floor of the car. And when I say the floor of the car, I don't mean underneath the engine, which was completely buggered and they had to pretty much throw the whole thing away. It tore a hole underneath him in the cockpit, so he could see the track going along. And he said that he couldn't move his leg for moments after, and I think I said that earlier. But one of the things that's interesting about that, the FIA did give an exception to it. They gave him a 10-place grid penalty because of it. for the simple fact that his car got ripped apart due to shit track design. Then it was qualifying. Not really all too much happened, except for Sainz getting on the front row, Leclerc getting pole, which, if you know anything about F1, meant that Verstappen would win, and Logan Sargent getting points. Freedom intensifies!
What the fuck is a kilometer?
What also happened is that Perez and Hamilton got knocked out in Q2, and it's not really that promising because Verstappen was second after Sainz's penalty because the FIA were being dickheads, and it's not too promising for Hamilton either because his car was just awful, and he said that he was pushing it to the limit, and this is where the Team LH meltdown started to begin, but I'm going to move on to that later. One of the funniest things to happen was actually a Marshall tripping over because he just tripped over a curb, and it's just F1, it's just a comedy scene really. At the start of the race, Charles Leclerc made it to pole somehow, and it led to this reaction from almost all F1 fans, especially Ferrari fans.
Yes! Woo!
Once Charles had not had a mental breakdown on the radio, the race actually started, and into turn 1, you know that clip of Aratha's video that I showed you earlier? That was pretty accurate, as half the cars slid wide into turn 1, a couple tapped each other and just got spun round, but overall nothing much happened other than the virtual safety car. But meanwhile, Perez just took off his front wing, Sainz got spun around, and it was at this point that he was beginning to learn what it feels like to be Charles Leclerc. Then the virtual safety car ended, and the people who had pitted because they had front wing damage were all on hard tyres, and they were absolutely rapid, cutting through the field just so quickly. And then Lando Norris hit a bump heading through turn 11, spun, hit the wall and skidded to the end of turn 13 where his car then hit the barrier. He had to go to hospital. He was luckily fine, but that's yet another problem with the track. The bumps, even though they resurfaced the whole fucking thing for almost $200 million. Overall, the race was pretty boring. Perez actually managed to come through the field really well and was leading the race for about 2 laps until he was overtaken by Charles Leclerc. Oh yeah, Charles Leclerc actually led the race, and Max got a 5-second time penalty for pushing him off the track at turn 1. But yeah, Perez led the race for about 2 laps, then was overtaken by Charles Leclerc, then overtaken by Verstappen, and heading into the final lap, Charles Leclerc was in 3rd, behind Perez, and heading down the Las Vegas Strip, he was stuck in his slipstream, pulled out at the last second, and threw it down the inside and got 2nd place on the last corner on the last lap. Almost like Hamilton 2008 Brazil, except it's not as dramatic. Max won, and you know how I say about the Team LH mental breakdown? Well, Lewis tapped Piastri heading out of the Las Vegas Strip, gave both of them a puncture. I'm just going to put some of these tweets up because they're clinically insane. Why Team LH like this constantly? Please stop. Mercedes have had 2 bad races back to back now, leaving most of their fans to have this sort of reaction, whereas most Ferrari fans are still a bit happy, but then again they are quite delusional. If you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. This is the penultimate race recap until the end of the year, and if you have enjoyed, like I just said, please like and subscribe. If not, please tell me what to improve on in the comments below, and I'll see you later.